Hi everyone, welcome back. Today in this lesson we are mainly going to deal with the graphs. So what is meant by graph actually? A diagrammatic representation of the variation of one quantity with respect to another quantity. So let's discuss about generally what are the different types of graph. After that we will discuss about position time graph, velocity time graph, acceleration time graph, etc. So in this lesson, we are mainly going to deal with the position time graph. So just before that, let's see what are the different types of graphs are there. If I draw a graph like this, as you already know, a graph means what? There will be x-axis and there will be y-axis will be there. If I draw a graph like this, a straight line, it is a straight line parallel to x-axis. Is there any relation between these two quantity? So here we are not written any quantity. Is there any relation between x and y? Definitely you can see the x is increasing but the y value doesn't change. So there is no relation between x and y. Now let me draw one more graph here. If I draw a graph like this, once again x-axis and y-axis. So this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. If I draw a graph like this, see the graph is drawing like this. You see, is there any relation between x and y here? Definitely you can say here there is relation is there. You see, when the x value increases, the y value keep on decreases. So what is the relation here? Y is inversely proportional to x value. So this is a relation between y and x. Now let's discuss the other type of graph. Once again, drawing here x-axis and y-axis. So this is the x-axis and y-axis. If the graph is a straight line and passing through the origin, so what is the relation between x and y here? You can see here x increases, y also correspondingly increases. So the general equation for this type of graph is y is equal to mx. Y is equal to mx. Same way, if you draw one more graph, it is a straight line graph. But the graph is drawing like this. It is a straight line, but it is not starting from origin. Again, it is a straight line. It is not starting from origin. This is the origin O. So x-axis and y-axis. These all are origin O. Right? This graph is also straight line. What is the relation here? X increases, y also increases. But here it is not starting from origin. So the general equation for this type of graph, y is equal to mx plus c. So as you already know what all these letters represents. M is the slope or gradient. Y, y-axis value, x-axis value, and c is called what? Y-intercept. We'll discuss in detail now. Y-intercept. Now let me draw one more graph here. The graph is like this. Just drawing like this. A graph is like this. Again, x-axis and this is the y-axis. But here this is positive y-axis and this is what? Minus y-axis. If so, if I am drawing a graph like this, you see a graph is a straight line. A graph is a straight line, but it is not starting from origin and it's also not starting from the y-axis, starting from the x-axis. What is the general equation for this type of graph? We can write here y is equal to mx minus c. Y is equal to mx minus c. If you extend this line, the graph, the y-intercept, which is coming in which axis? Minus y-axis. Which is intercepting in which axis? Minus y-axis. So these are the different types of graph. The relation between x and y. So we are not mentioning here position and time and all, just a general discussion about the graph. So here there is no relation. Here y is inversely proportional to x. Here y and x, it is a straight line. Is a relation is x is directly proportional to y, or y is equal to mx, where m is a slope. We will discuss in detail now. And here y is equal to mx plus c, and in this type of graph y is equal to mx minus c, because the y-intercept is coming in along minus y-axis. Now let's discuss about the straight line graph in detail. Okay. So for that, drawing a straight line graph. Say it as this is x-axis and this is y-axis. Drawing a straight line, say it as this is the straight line. Okay, relation as we already discussed here, y is equal to mx plus c. So you can write here y is equal to mx plus c. So here we are going to mainly dealing with what is m and what is c here. Okay, so what is m stand for here? The m stand for slope of this graph. What is that? Slope of this straight line graph. In order to find the slope of this graph, what we are doing here, we are just making and constructing a triangle, an imaginary triangle. Exactly, it is meeting at this point. And this is making an angle theta. Making an angle theta. Now, what is the slope? That's what we are going to calculate. So we can write here, slope is equal to, that is slope of this graph is equal to, we can write it as tan theta. Okay, tan theta. So what is a tan theta here? Tan theta is equal to, if I give a name for this triangle, imaginary triangle, A, B, C. Tan theta is equal to what? Opposite side divided by adjacent side. So we can write here BC divided by AB. So tan theta is equal to, now what is here BC? BC, this value you will be getting from which axis? Y axis. Same way AB, the value AB you will get it from which axis? X axis. So if I am marking here, this is the y2 and here this is the y1. Okay, and along the x-axis the A reach here, this is the maybe 0. I am marking it as x1. So x1 may be 0 and this point is marking it as x2. What is the tan theta equation become? Tan theta is equal to BC divided by AB. Here what is a BC here? BC you will get it from the y-axis, that we can write it as y2 minus y1. y2 minus y1 starting from origin. So y2 minus y1 divided by, now this value, what is AB here? From the origin we can write here x2 minus x1. So here what is slope here? We can simply write slope is equal to y2 minus y1 means you are getting the value from y-axis. I am marking it as y. So you can write simply y divided by x2 minus x1. Say it as the value is x. So we can write here y by x. So from any straight line graph, you can calculate the slope. Slope is equal to y by x, or y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, or tan theta is equal to the opposite side divided by adjacent side. So this is a way to find what? Slope of the graph. So if you are finding the slope anywhere in this straight line, you can find the slope anywhere in this straight line. The slope value will be what? Is a constant value. Wherever you take this triangle, you will get the magnitude of slope will be constant value. Clear? The next point is that C. So just now what we discussed here? Slope. Here M represent the slope. Here M represent the slope. Now what is representing the C here? C represent the y-intercept. In this case, the line where it is intercepting here, it is intercept at the y coordinate. And that value can be written as what? Y-intercept. So if the graph is like this, say this is a graph, and this is a straight line graph. This is a y-axis and this is a x-axis. So we can easily calculate the slope here. Slope is equal to y divided by x, correct? So in order to find the y-intercept, what should be done here? You should extend this line. Extend this line, and what is the value you are getting? Say it as, if I am writing 10, that 10 will be the y-intercept. 10 will be the y-intercept. So we are not writing any value and no unit we are writing, simply an example only. So this is called what? C. So C in this case is equal to 10, any unit. Clear? So this is talking about the slope and y-intercept. Here the C become what? Minus 10. So that's why this graph, the general equation is equal to what? Y is equal to mx minus c. Y is equal to mx minus c. So here the intercept is minus c and here the intercept is what? Plus c, and here both equation m is called what? The slope of the graph. So in this straight line graph, slope will be a constant. Slope will be constant. And the same graph, if the line is starting from 0, if the line is starting from 0, the equation become what? Y is equal to mx. Now let's discuss about some parabolic graphs. So these are the few graphs related to parabolic shape. The general equation for the first type of graph is y square is equal to kx, or y square is directly proportional to x. Here it is y square is equal to minus kx, or y square is directly proportional to minus x. In this case, x square is equal to ky, and here x square is equal to minus ky. So among this parabolic graph, for explaining our graph that is related to position time graph, we require two cases here. One is this one, this graph, or the part of this graph, side opening parabola, and we require the another graph is this one. You see this one, this portion only we require, that is top opening parabola. So two parabola here, one is side opening parabola and this is the top opening parabola. You can redraw here what is really required for is, one is side opening parabola. So this is called what? Side opening parabola. And here the next one we require here, that is the graph is like this. Definitely this is y-axis and this is the x-axis. Here also this is x-axis and this is the y-axis. This is called top opening parabola. Top opening parabola. Now if you see, this is the side opening parabola and this is the top opening parabola. Let's check at the slope of this graph. If I draw the slope here, you can see what is happening to the slope. You see, if I am drawing continuously the slope, you can see here the y value. Slope means what? Y divided by x. Here the y value keep on decreasing and the x value keep on increasing. That means in this type of parabola, the slope is decreasing. What is happening here? The slope is decreasing. So what is happening in this case? If I draw the slope, just see if I am drawing in the slope, what is actually happened to the y value? Y value is keep on increasing and x value keep on decreasing. So as you already know, slope is equal to what? Slope is equal to y by x. Slope is equal to y by x. So here x is decreasing, y is increasing, mean the slope is increasing. So these are the two parabolic graph we really required in explaining the position time graph. So we were discussing generally about the different types of graph, and the required graphs are straight line graph and mainly this parabolic graph. Now let's discuss about the position time graph. Among the position time graph, there are two different types of graphs are there. One is distance time graph and other one is displacement time graph. While you are drawing a position time graph, there must be two axes. One is x-axis and other one is, of course, it is y-axis. Usually along the y-axis we will be taking the position We'll be taking the position. Position, definitely the unit is what? In meter. And what is the along x-axis? We usually taking here that is a time, and the SI unit of time is second. So this is the mainly we are discussing about position and time graph. X-axis is the time and y-axis is taking what? Position. So what is the meaning of position here? In this case, the position time graph, x may be either distance or x may be what? Displacement. So x may be distance or displacement. So now in this lesson, we are mainly going to deal with the displacement time graph. So the first case we are discussing about when the object is at rest. When the object is at rest, or we can say that the object is stationary, how to represent the position time graph? Can you guess? Object is at rest mean the position doesn't change. Even though the time is running, the position does not change. So how to draw the graph for that? Definitely you can say here the graph will be a straight line parallel to x-axis. Parallel to x-axis. So if it is parallel to x-axis, what is the meaning here? The slope is equal to 0. Here the slope is equal to 0. Here the slope is equal to 0 means we can say that the velocity is equal to 0. Slope is equal to 0 means what? Velocity is equal to 0 or the body is not moving. Now let's discuss about a body is moving with a constant velocity. Body is moving with a constant velocity. So how to draw the position time graph? Let's draw the position time graph for the body moving with a constant velocity. So again, along the x-axis we are taking the time, second is a unit. Here we are taking the position, and here we are taking it as the displacement along y-axis. What is along the y-axis? Displacement. Here it is word time. Here also displacement, and here it also word time. Okay. Now, if the body is traveling with a constant velocity, a straight line passing through origin. This is actually represents what? A body is moving with a constant velocity. So how we can say that it is body is moving with a constant velocity? For that, you require here what is the slope of this graph? What is the slope of this graph? Let's find the slope of this graph. So in order to find the slope, let's construct a triangle. This is the angle theta. What is the slope here? Slope is equal to opposite side, or tan theta is equal to opposite side divided by adjacent side. What is this value? The opposite side means the height. This height you will be getting from which axis? Y-axis. Where what is along the y-axis? That is position, or in this case we are talking about displacement. So I am writing it as displacement. What I am writing here? That is the displacement. And along the x-axis, what we are getting here? Time. We are getting the time. So slope is equal to tan theta is equal to opposite side divided by adjacent side. What is in the opposite side? You will be getting this value from the y-axis, and that is definitely we can say the displacement. And what is the adjacent side? From origin to this point, that is we are taking what? Time, right? So slope is equal to displacement divided by time taken. Displacement divided by time taken. What is meant by displacement divided by time taken? That is equal to velocity. That is equal to velocity. So one of the conclusion we are making here, what is the slope of displacement time graph? What is the slope of displacement time graph? That is equal to velocity. Clear? So in this case, if you are taking any slope, the slope value will be what? A constant value. So in this case, we can say that the body is moving with a constant velocity. Body is moving with a constant velocity. So this is a graph representing what? Velocity in this case is constant, right? If the velocity is constant, what is the acceleration of the body? As you already learned in the previous classes, acceleration is equal to change in velocity divided by change in time, or v minus u divided by t here. Here the velocity is constant, right? There is no final velocity and there is no initial velocity. All the velocities are same. So what is the acceleration is equal to 0. So if it is a straight line graph, we can write it as acceleration is equal to 0. So this is a graph representing a body is moving with a constant velocity. At the same time, acceleration is equal to 0, a straight line graph. Now just imagine another graph we are drawing here. This is the graph we are drawing. Along the x-axis again time, along the y-axis it is the position as well as the displacement. Unit will be in meter. If the graph is like this, see, the graph is a straight line, but it is not starting from origin. So what is the slope of this graph here? So in order to find the slope, we are just constructing a small triangle. You see, this is a small triangle. I'm not taking the complete one. I'm just taking a small portion of this one. So this is the angle theta. So I can write here tan theta is equal to opposite side divided by adjacent side. So adjacent side you will get the value from the x-axis, and the opposite side the value you will get it from the y-axis. What is along the y-axis? That is a position. Position means here we have taken the displacement. So I can write here this is the final position and this is the initial position at this point P1 and P2, and here it is a time T1 and here it is a time T2 from the origin O. What is a tan theta is equal to opposite side, that is y, and adjacent side is x here. So along the y-axis what is the x2 minus x1 divided by what is along the adjacent side here, that is T2 minus T1. What is x2 minus x1? Final position minus initial position. That is equal to what? Displacement. So I can write it as delta x divided by, what is the time interval here? We can write it as delta t. So what is the slope of this graph is equal to displacement divided by time taken. That is equal to what? Velocity. So in this case also, the slope is a constant value. Slope is a constant value. So these are the different types of motion we are discussing about. Now let's discuss about a body which is accelerating. A body is accelerating. That means the velocity is increasing. The velocity is increasing. So as we already discussed here, for a position time graph or a displacement time graph, the slope is velocity. So in this example, we are discussing about the body is now accelerating or the velocity is increasing. So how to represent the displacement time graph? So along the x-axis is the time and along the y-axis it is the position, or here we have taken the displacement. So the graph is like this. So this is the top opening parabola. What is that? Top opening parabola. Here what is actually happening to the slope of the graph? If you draw the slope here, you can see slope is increasing. Where what is the slope of the displacement time graph? It is velocity. So this graph represents a body which is now increasing velocity. So this is the representation of position time graph for a constant acceleration. What is that? Constant acceleration. So velocities keep on increasing. Now let's discuss about the other type of graph. We can explain from the graph here what is actually happened to the object motion. Once again, time along the x-axis, position or the displacement along y-axis. The graph is showing here this way. You see, this graph we have already discussed. What is that? Side opening parabola. What is that? Side opening parabola. What is happening in the side opening parabola? If you draw the slope here, you can see if you draw the slope here, the slope is here decreasing. The slope is here decreasing. What is the slope of position time graph? That is velocity. So here slope is decreasing means what? It shows the decreasing velocity. Decreasing velocity. So if the question is asking how to draw the position time graph for a uniformly decelerated motion, for a uniform deceleration, we can represent like this. Here the velocities keep on decreasing or decreasing velocity. Now let's discuss about the another type of graph. See this one, along the x-axis once again time is the, along the y-axis it is the position or displacement. It is in unit, is in meter. So this is also a vector quantity. Now the graph is like this. It is a straight line, but you see the straight line is coming like this towards the x-axis. That means this is also a straight line. Definitely slope will be a constant. But here you can see the displacement is decreasing with respect to time. Displacement is decreasing with respect to time. That means this shows an example for negative velocity. The displacement is decreasing. That means we can say that the object is returning back to its original position. Clear? For an example, this is the origin O. Object was at the position A. Now this is the position B. First of all, the object was traveling from A to B. So you can see here the distance as well as the displacement is increasing. Now if this body is coming back towards the A, what will happen here? It is coming towards in opposite direction, right? So what will happen? The displacement is decreasing. So this is shows what? A negative slope, or we can say that the slope of displacement time graph is what? Velocity. So this shows the negative velocity. What is that? Negative velocity. So these are the different types of graph we have discussed, mainly about the position time graph. In that position time graph, we have mainly discussed about displacement time graph. So you can again use the same type of graph to explain the distance time graph also. Now we'll be discussing other types of graph in the next class, that is velocity time graph or a speed time graph, etc. Okay, so I hope you understand the concept of position time graph. So please go through it, understand the concept clearly. Okay, thank you all of you.